So they're going to flip these parts within you, within the cell, to create a literally from the cell point all the way up to having a mirror image. And I'll try to explain this in kind of the most simple way I can and I understand it. I'm not claiming to be an expert on this. I can't do this in my garage. I don't have a garage. If I had a garage, I'm not claiming to be able to do this myself. But these guys are certainly looking into these things and considering these things, and they seem to be lunatics. So we should be concerned and at least kind of know the language and the ideas and concepts they're coming up with to create this transhuman. And there is a concept called the mirror image, the mirror being, and this mirror world, and it could lead to all sorts of disasters. Mirror animals would need to feed on reflected food produced by reflected plants. Mirror viruses would not be able to attack natural cells, just as natural viruses would not be able to attack mirror cells. You would have two sets of people. But what it's saying there is that they would need to create mirror foods for this person, this being, human 2.0, this reflection of you, to survive. It couldn't eat what you eat. And vice versa. Mirror life represents potential dangers. For example, a chiral mirror version of a cyanobacteria, which only needs a chiral nutrients and light for photosynthesis, could take over Earth's ecosystem due to lack of natural enemies. It wouldn't, like our ecosystem wouldn't see it as an enemy, wouldn't recognize it. Disturbing the bottom of the food chain by producing mirror versions of the required sugars. Some bacteria can digest L-glucose. Exceptions like this will give some rare life forms an unanticipated advantage. It's disturbing, and they are genuinely looking into this. People like George Church, if you've seen, he was, as we covered last week, funded by Jeffrey Epstein. He's the chap that came up with the technology that could store, allegedly, data from the Kabbalah Tree of Life to DNA, and that's what my theory is, possibly, that Jeffrey Epstein's compromat files are actually stored within his DNA to pass on down the bloodline, and possibly within some of his survivors, victims, possibly even within Ghislaine Maxwell, who knows. But this technology exists, and Jeffrey Epstein was connected to these guys that are doing this by funding them.